Welcome to the Mind is Psychic, where we talk music, addiction, comedy, culture. If you like this content, please leave feedback and subscribe. Let's get into it. At the beginning of my recovery, I thought to myself, can I do it? Could I do it? Would I be successful? Asked myself that every morning I woke up. Because after all these years of debauchery, stupid stuff, drinking, the whole story, the lying, all of that, I came to the decision that it was my time to learn more and listen. And I think one of the most important things for me was listening to others. And when that brings up a lot of different sides. So, one of the things that was mentioned was a recovery toolbox. It's called, it could be called many different things, but when I heard it first time, I just laughed, honestly. I'm like, I don't need this. But then I got a little bit more deeper into it, doing a lot more research about exactly what it is. And it really got me thinking the possibilities. Now, it can be called, like I mentioned earlier, recovery toolbox, your toolbox, any of that. The way I look at it is a set of things that I can do to keep me from being relapsing, understanding myself, because without understanding who I am at the core, I'm never going to succeed. So that's when the toolbox comes in. What I use is a collection of things that help me, and these have taken years to acquire. And some will work, some will not, but the most important thing is it's designed for you specifically. So, in essence, it's a customization to yourself for your recovery, for to help you guide yourself for the future. What I like to do mantras. I like to, in the morning, say things to myself to get me started, to get my mind in the right frame so I know what I'm looking forward to. So, for instance, I always say life or death. That's what I feel. Okay, it's either life or death. You almost died and you got a second chance. So you need to live. You need to choose life. So that with me every morning is what I say. And it's the truth. It's my own truth that I feel works best for me. Now, throughout the day, I have I use music, I talk to people, I read. Uh, for me in the beginning, it was being in a positive social environment, and I think to this day it still helps. But I've learned along the way that knowing myself gets me to the next step. Addiction is one of those things that never goes away. So having the right set of tools and understanding them fully and how to use them, and you can play with them. If one doesn't work, try another. They're endless. And you can go from everything to like curriculum based, like worksheets, drawing, learning. Those are all different things to get my mind off the main subject of addiction and relapse. I feel exercise should be on top of that list too. Very, very important to keep your body physically fit along with your mental state. Now, me, I used to love working out, getting in. I was at one point in shape years ago, but when you battle addiction, when you battle issues, all that goes out the window. So, slowly but surely, the feeling of exercising and the endorphins you get help. Gets it, at least for me, it keeps my mind straight. It makes me feel healthy so I can move on. And I love that. That's a feeling that it's hard to express, it's hard to explain, but people that work out, even going for a walk, going for a 15-minute walk across the block, something like that, it gets your mind focused on stuff. So that's another thing that I use. I should use a lot more, but start off with small little things that you know will work for you. Test them. Do things that you enjoy in a positive manner. Yeah, I used to love going to a bar. It's not healthy. Now I chose other things. So keep that in mind when you use and obtain and try different techniques with the coping skills. I also like journaling. I think that brings calm, especially in the beginning, because I was very worksheet oriented and that's what got through. So I did a lot of that. self promotion, mindfulness, all of those are what really worked for me. It's something you need to do for yourself because you're not going to be able to succeed without a clear understanding of your purpose. And it's okay to fail. It's okay to feel bad. You're just human. There are going to be times when you wake up feeling bad, feeling poor, feeling sorry for yourself. Utilize those tools that you have. Go to the core, figure out, okay, I can do this. I can get through this. Do it every single day. If you need to time, take time. There is no race with recovery. There is no race with recovery. Now say it with me. There is no race for recovery. Take your time. And once you get the set that works for you, work with it. Enhance them. Let's say you go use exercise. Add an extra 5 minutes. Um, let's say you read. Spend a little extra time on that. Spend time on your hobbies, your supportive hobbies. No more going to the bar, no more hanging out with destructive peers because it's a whole new life. You need to understand the severity of your own addiction. So, using those little baby steps, using those tools will help. And early in recovery, it's it's a shot in the dark. You don't know what you're doing, but I can say read. Read as much as you can about it. Ask people. I would say if you're early in recovery, you're going to have a mentor, a sponsor of some sort, a friend that you can bounce ideas off of. That really works. Getting people's suggestions is another good idea. There are no right or wrong ways in the meaning of if one doesn't work, doesn't matter. Try the next skill and become a pro. Pass it along. But in the short term, when you're early on, gotta focus. You have to focus because most likely you're going to be learning about yourself again. You're going to have to understand. You're going to probably be working. You're going to have a regular life. So with that usually comes stress for yourself, from your family, from your friends, and adding that additional supportive feeling of having tools will come in handy. But always know that it's within you and you can do it. Recovery is not a race. And I will say that over and over and over again. Keeps you thinking, keeps you grounded. Life is hard, but in my opinion, staying sober and being grounded, one of the smartest things I've done and what I've succeeded on. Just little by little, day by day, minute by minute. Sounds corny, I get it. But sometimes the corniest things work. There's a lot of different curriculum worksheets out there that I would suggest you look into because there's a lot of good information. Google, Toolbox, Recovery Toolbox. There's tons of information. So it gives you that template, gives you an idea of how to go about it. Again, recovery is not a race. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and leave a comment. You can hear me on all major platforms and socials under the Mind of Psychic podcast. See you next time.